Arc, salute to you all out there. I know I haven't made a video besides that Binding of Isaac video that you saw earlier today, but that doesn't really count because it was just like a little showcase of a glitch that I found. But I also haven't done a movie review in a long time, like about oh my god, I think it's like 4 or 5 years, because I think the last one I reviewed was Transformers: Age of Extinction with Yggdrasil Core Primeval, which at the time was like Book of Actashon. I don't even remember what it was. And also, sorry if I sound a little sniffly. My nose was bleeding a little while ago, and I think it's still bleeding. I can't tell. But anyway, so I just went out and saw Unfriended Dark Web, and holy crap, I have never been so creeped out in my life. Like, it's supposed to be a horror movie, yes, but it's more of like the creepy side of horror, not like the jump scare, be actually scary kind of horror side. And honestly, it pulls it off so incredibly well that, like, I'm normally, like, horror movies are nothing to me. If something like actually scares me, it's normally a jump scare, or I'm like actually terrified of it, like, or just like completely creeped out by it, like I was in this movie. So if you don't know the premise of Unfriended Dark Web, and by the way, this might be spoilery, but the premise of Unfriended Dark Web is that this guy, Matthias, or however you say his name again, I can't even remember, I think it was Matthias, he buys this new computer from Craigslist, and in actuality you learn later that he steals it from a computer cafe. But what happens is that they learn later that he stole it from a person who lives on the dark web, or is like a master of the dark web kind of thing. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but that's what happens. And every time he tries to log into something, like the movie starts off, he's trying to log into the computer itself, and he's trying to guess the password, and he gets like password, all like the normal stuff, QWERTY, password 1234, stuff like that. And the username is like question mark, and so he just tries question mark and it logs him in, which is dumb, but whatever. Plot. Anyway, then he tries to set up, because he needed a faster computer for this program he was creating called Papaya, which he made for his girlfriend who is deaf or hard of hearing. I think she was hard of hearing. When he speaks into it, it shows sign language, and it's him signing from stuff that he's learned off of like videos and stuff. But anyway, then all of his friends call, and they're doing game night on Skype. And then he later on, he gets all these like messages from people that he's never heard of, but it's on this other account that was on his Facebook. So like every time he tried to log into something, there was this Nora C IV, which was all the accounts that he was like had to delete and log into his own account. And oh my god, it was so weird. Anyway, so he tries to log into those accounts, and the computer boots his personal account off, and then logs him back onto Nora's account. And then he starts getting messages from all these women saying like, hey, when are you going to give me this plane ticket? Because Nora's a player, apparently. But then like he goes back to his friends, and he doesn't really reveal it because he doesn't know what's going on. He just thinks it's like a glitch in the computer. And he's talking to his like nerd friend who's in London about it, and he says like, oh, like, because it's his computer had crashed 2 times at this point, and so the friend says, oh, maybe it's because the disk drive is full, or the hard drive is full. And so he looks, and there's this hidden folder that has, I kid you not, 999.96 gigabytes of data on it. And anyway, so he eventually uncovers it, and then he finds that it's like a whole bunch of videos, like just random videos of people in their houses doing weird things in front of cameras. And then they later on figure out that the reason why this is happening is because it's a hacker that logs onto unsecure website Wi-Fi addresses and hacks into the cameras. So like right now, technically there could be someone watching me film this right now and be like capturing footage of it, because that's what he had captured footage of all this stuff. But then he keeps going, he goes through all this stuff, and then it says, one person messages and says, Nora, I want this certain thing. I'll pay you. I've already paid you for this certain thing that I want done. And so they go further down that, and they find out that this whole thing that's happening on this computer is like a buy footage of people killing other people, which is insane. Because if you've read anything about this movie like I did, I found out, or plenty of other people found out, that the writer and director, had worked with a previous CIA agent that had experienced this kind of stuff, and so the events, murders, and kills that happen in this movie are legit. Like, they actually happened in real life, which is insane to me, because then it makes me think, like, this is something that could actually be happening, because it is something that actually happens. People can get into cameras and see what you're doing, like, so they can see what I'm doing right now, which is why this movie freaked me out so much, is because it was so true to life. It was so real that I felt like I was actually scared, because it was so real. And if you have not seen this movie, you need to go see it. If you've seen the first one and you think, oh, it's just going to be like the first one, really horrible psychological stuff. No, it goes in a totally different route that acts as, well, first of all, it's not even a real, like, sequel. It's totally own movie. And it's the same premise, but a million times better. Because if you didn't see the first one was some person committed suicide, and then people were bad talking her, and people were telling her to kill herself, and then the ghost of that person who killed themselves comes back to haunt the friends who were teasing her for it and all that, and then makes them kill themselves, which is like a whole psychological thing, something that could never happen. And I thought it was okay. It was an okay movie, but it wasn't great. This Dark Web was insanely good. I literally walked out of the theater. I was semi-shaking. My heart was racing. I couldn't breathe. I was, like, actually terrified because it was so scary. Now, sure, there are some jump scares in it, which do add to the horror of it, but it's more banking on the creepy side of it. And I know I've been ranting for a little bit about this movie, but I mean, seriously, if you guys have not seen Unfriended Dark Web, go out and go see it. It came out, like, what, 5-6 days ago? 5 days ago. It came out 5 days ago, and I mean, the theater I was in was completely empty, so I got time to talk, because I saw it with my dad. I got time to, like, actually talk about everything that was happening. It was insane. I'm not going to spoil the movie, even though, like, I kind of did a little bit. It's mostly the plot. What actually happens in the movie, I'm not going to spoil that, because it is so freaky that, like, the surprise factor when you go see the movie is definitely worth it. I would go see this movie again, even though I already know what happens. It's so good. But anyways, that's all I really have to say about it. I could talk more about it, but I really don't want to spoil it for you guys. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not. I know this is different from what I normally do with, like, games and whatnot, but I haven't done this in a long time, and I just really felt like I wanted to talk about this movie because it was so good that I think it deserved a review from me. Like, yeah. Anyway. Don't forget to ring the bell if you want to get notifications of when I upload next. I'll try to upload soon, but I'm actually, no joke, about to leave for Fort Collins in, I think it's like, hold on, 16 days. I'm leaving in 16 days, so I might do some videos there, vlog some stuff, like when I'm hanging out with friends and all that, vlog stuff. I'll try to do game stuff. I don't think I'll be able to, which means, unfortunately, Super Paper Mario won't be finished for another, like, year or so, but I mean, like, maybe I can try and finish it there, because I am bringing the Wii U and the Switch and my 3DS with me, so I might be able to do stuff like that, Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda, Super Paper Mario, stuff like that, so we'll just have to see, with how that goes, if I even am able to bring the Wii U. I know I'm bringing the Switch for sure, so Mario Odyssey could happen if I can find a way to record, so, yeah. Anyway, that's it. I know this was a review and an update, but yeah. Bye-bye.